grab your balls and head to the bedroom because Pokemon Day has come, and with it, we got a ton of new details about the Pokemon Sleep mobile game, along with many other exciting announcements.
And Elden Ring fans, get hyped. There's new DLC on the way. We're going to talk about all this stuff and so much more right now on Gaming News Weekly. Grab your balls because Gaming News Weekly is back. We are the best weekly video game news show out there. Every single Monday, we're bringing you all the biggest things happening in the video game industry. Fruit Lab, YouTube, podcast services everywhere. We're there. We're talking news. My name is E-Rock the Red. Every week, I'm joined by this guy, full clip, hands on his balls, ready to go. How are you, dude?
Hands up. Doing all right, man. It's been a heck of a week, but we're getting there and ready to give the people their gaming news that they've been waiting all week for.
Yeah. You surprised me with the intro, the grab your balls thing, so then I was like, I'm going to surprise him by saying it multiple times throughout the intro.
Yep. Oh, you got me.
Yeah, equally got. Yeah, lots of exciting stuff to talk about this week. Before we get into that, though, what we do every week, what you been playing? Anything good?
You know, I haven't had a lot of time this week to play, but it didn't stop me from grinding that Call of Duty Season 2 a little bit more. In fact, you texted me right before we were going to record and said, hold on 30 minutes. That was 30 minutes of COD for me.
Really? Nice.
Yeah.
I'm glad I could help you out there. You know,
I appreciate
get you in there. You're still enjoying it?
Yeah, absolutely. I fully intend to finish the Battle Pass this season and everything. Hopefully, I think it's going to be a little shorter of a break after I'm finished with this one, but hopefully I got a window in there to get into some other stuff. There's a lot of other things I want to try out.
Nice. Yeah, I've been that way with Fortnite, man. I've been really grinding this Battle Pass. Like, I finished the main one, and now there's like, it just keeps going. There's all sorts of like different variations on the stuff that you could get throughout. But yeah, I'm still having a lot of fun with that. I've been playing a lot of VR, dude. Just a lot. I got so on the PlayStation VR subreddit, everybody's talking about this game called Pavlov. Now, I don't know if you've heard of this game, but it's basically like Call of Duty, but in VR. So it's a multiplayer only. I mean, you could play solo against like bots and stuff like that, but it's just a multiplayer game, and it's VR, and I just got it, and I put some time into it, and I'm awful. I'm really, really, really bad at it. I need to practice because it's so like, I don't know. I've never really fired anyway. I fired a handgun and like a rifle, you know. But other than that, dude, there's like machine guns and rocket launchers and all this shit. And they're all like, you know, true to life. Everybody talks about how realistic the firing is. You got to load each gun. The first time I'm playing it, I'm trying to load this gun with a clip. And I'm like putting it up here where I think it goes. And then I realize, no, it goes like on the side or some shit. And I'm like,
maybe have like a bullpup.
Yeah, exactly. There's all these different ways to load these guns. And I know nothing about them. So that's problem one. Problem two is I can't hit anybody with the guns. Like I'm aiming, like I'm just spraying, everywhere. And problem three, like after I played for about an hour last night, and I'm getting my VR legs, but you know, there's a lot of movement. Obviously, you know, you're familiar with Call of Duty, so a lot of movement, and I'm just like, so you move with the joysticks, and I'm just like you gotta turn with it, and then I'm turning an opposite way than and it's like makes you get a little bit a little queasy. So I played for about an hour last night, and I had to stop because I was getting like real like sweaty and like cold sweat. But I feel like I'm getting a little bit better, but I'm having a lot of fun. Like you could mess with people, you could like take the clips right out of their guns and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's not a game that I would have really ever thought to buy. It was definitely hyped up from the internet peoples. That paired with the fact that Fruit Labs shop came back, and I was able to pay for it with with pips from Fruit Lab, so that
Oh,
helps
very
too.
nice.
So yeah, it's a lot
Yeah,
of fun.
absolutely. I think I played that one. If it's on the Quest 2 as well,
I
I
think
played
so. Yeah.
something. It was probably that or something very similar, but you have to like pull the magazine off the side where your inventory would be,
Uh
put it
huh.
in the gun, pull the
Cock.
firing pin
Yep.
back and stuff. Yeah, and when you're done, the whole shebang.
Yes.
But that's
Yeah.
pretty cool. I didn't play a lot of that, but I can imagine by what you're saying, like you kind of have to know a little bit about how these guns operate and reload.
Yep.
Different ones do completely different things.
Yeah. So like on the VR subreddit today, there was like a person put out like tips, like how to get better at Pavlov, and like one of them was just go and spend like a half hour in the firing range, just getting like accustomed to like all the different weapons and stuff like that. So because there is gun game from Call of Duty, you get a different gun every time. So like you really have to know all the different weapons and that sort of thing. So and then even just like the grenades, like I'm trying to get a hold of like what buttons do what, like what fingers are designated to which buttons. So I'm trying to throw this grenade and I'm just dropping it at my feet, and then like you see like it's really gory because like your body, like a leg goes flying over here and there's just blood everywhere, and like your mangled body, like there's ribs poking out and stuff like that. It's very visceral, very violent.
You'll love to see it.
But yeah, it's a lot of fun. I'm definitely I gotta record some footage. Like I recorded my first playthroughs in it, and I was like, man, I should post this, but it was just so bad. I'm like, this is just too embarrassing. So maybe not. We'll see. I tried a little bit of the Atomic Heart game that we talked about. Did you get a chance to try that out?
Not yet.
That was your homework, dude.
Are you
blew
full
it.
on communist now because
fully,
of the propaganda?
Absolutely. I'll tell you, I played it for about an hour, and like 40 minutes of it is just you're riding in a boat, you're riding in a car, and it's really, really boring. Once the game picks up, probably wasn't 40 minutes, but it was like 25 minutes of like you're just sitting there listening. It was a lot, and then just walking, and then but once it picks up and there's like this robot, thing happening, I could see it being a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
So we'll see. I gotta get in there more before I can give my full impressions.
Gotcha. You think it's worthy of the controversy we talked about last episode?
I mean, so far I haven't. There's definitely like Soviet things mentioned in there, but had I not heard about it, I don't know if I would have really, given it much thought as I'm playing.
Yeah.
But again, this is just the beginning, like 15, 20 minutes of it, that the dialogue and that sort of thing. And then after that, it's just, there's just bots and you're just running around killing things. And that's has nothing to do with Russia so far. So, we'll see. I don't know. I'll let you know. I'll keep, this will be a weekly thing. I'll report back.
Okay.
If I could break free of, the PlayStation VR every once in a while. All right. Should we move on to our new releases?
Sounds good.
All right, let's do it. These are our new releases from last week. All right, first up, Destiny 2 Lightfall. This is the major expansion to Destiny 2. Came out February 28th. It's got new missions, new PvE locations, PvP maps, new gear, new weapons, 2 new dungeons, a legendary difficulty mode, and then there's a new raid coming out real soon. Did you get into Destiny at all at any period?
Yeah, the first Destiny, played it up till around the time of the first DLC and kind of fell off.
Mm-hmm.
Destiny 2, I got into it late, I think when it was like a free title for PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
Before it went free to play, though. And just haven't touched it in ages, though. It's been years.
Yeah, me, the exact same. Like, I did all those things. And this, just reading about this and how excited everybody is for it, I was like, should I do this? Should I get back in there? But it's daunting, like, if I don't know how big the the curve is. If I start back up now, how far behind am I? Like this legendary difficulty. This is for the people that have been playing it regularly from the beginning, who want a little bit more of a challenge. Obviously, that's not gonna be me. Level whatever, single digits. But I always say it. Destiny, the PvP in both Destiny games is some of like the smoothest, tightest like multiplayer I've ever played, and I absolutely had a blast playing it. I always think about going back to it, but I think all I'm gonna need to do is just like download it onto my PlayStation, and then I have no excuse. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I mean free to play, so it's one of those great like rainy day titles.
Yeah,
you're just feeling bored, want to try something different. Destiny 2 is always there.
Yeah, yesterday, or what was it? It was like 2 days ago. I was like super tired. I didn't want to get off the couch, and I'm like, I need a new game to play. And I didn't want to grab an Xbox controller. I had the PlayStation controller, and I was like, shit, I forgot I have like PlayStation Plus, like the catalog. So I went through there, and I'm like, there's so many great games in here that like I could just play any of them. And I downloaded just for no apparent reason Tekken 7, and I was like, I just feel like fighting some things, and I did, and I had a blast.
Nice.
All right, next up, Wolong Fallen Dynasty came out March 3rd, PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, X, and S. This is an action role-playing game from Team Ninja, the guys behind the Neo games. It's being described as like a Souls-like, more like a Sekiro-like game, and it's like a timing-based combat. You gotta like parry and do all this stuff and get your attacks just right. There's all this loot and upgrades and that sort of thing. It looks great. I thought it was out, and I went to go play it.
Yeah.
And as of the time of this recording, it is not out. I was a little bummed because it is a day one Game Pass game. So it's available. If you have Game Pass, you can play it right away. So I'm excited for it. You gonna check this one out, you think?
I don't know. It looks really awesome from the trailers. It's just I feel lost in that world, and there's so much other stuff I want to check out first.
Yeah. This I always love these type of games, like specifically the action role playing games and the like the Souls like games. Not so much for their level of difficulty, but I really like the play style.
Oh yeah.
And I like this kind of genre. The kung fu stuff and this era. So yeah, I'm excited for this one. It's getting great reviews. It's got an 81 right now on Metacritic. So the fans are loving it. All right, and last up, Dead Cells Return to Castlevania DLC came out March 6th. This is bringing in new weapons, new loot, new enemies. You get to fight Dracula, and you can even fight Death himself. What do you think about that? Would you fight Death? Like, if it was real life and you had to fight Death,
Oh yeah.
would you fight Death?
Yes. But does he get to use the scythe? Because if
Absolutely.
he gets a weapon, I want a weapon.
Yeah, you get a weapon. What's your
I
weapon?
choose skateboard.
Perfect. Good choice. Yeah. Did you ever play Dead Cells?
Yeah, there's the thing. I've never touched Dead Cells, never touched Castlevania.
Well,
So this mashup is not for me, but it looks cool.
yeah, everybody, Dead Cells, classic game. Castlevania, classic game. Skateboard, classic weapon.
Yes.
All right, that's it. Those are our new releases. 2 expansions and a kung fu role playing game. The name of our sex tape. I don't know how that works, but all right. Should we move on? You got anything else you want to talk about new release wise?
Nah, that's it.
All right, let's get into the meat of this here dinner. The news of the week. All right, first of all, I got to ask, how did you celebrate Pokemon Day?
I'm going to be honest, I didn't know it was Pokemon Day till a day after.
What? It's not on your calendar?
No.
I'm surprised by that, dude. February 27th, Pokemon Day. It's obviously, the day that we celebrated every year. No, I didn't know it was Pokemon Day either. I didn't even know there was a Pokemon Day, quite honestly. But we live and we learn. And now we're here informing you, the public, of Pokemon Day, so you can put on your calendar for next year. I guess the question is it always on February 27th?
I assume so.
Yeah, I know Mario. Are you familiar with Mario Day?
No.
So I know that's an easy one because it's on March 10th. MAR10.
Okay.
Mario. You'll never forget that now.
Yeah.
But yeah, Pokemon Day. It came, and there's a lot of Pokemon themed announcements. Are you ready for them?
Ready.
So, a bunch of stuff about the card game. Now, you're familiar. The Pokemon was a trading card game.
Yes. It's a big part of my childhood, actually. I have a lot of nostalgia for that era of Pokemon.
Nice. You still have all your cards?
They're sitting in a dresser somewhere in the childhood home. Yeah, I haven't touched them in years and years. I know there's probably some value there that I'm missing out on. I know there's at least like a Charizard, not a first edition, but from the base set of Pokemon back when these things were like $25 a piece at flea markets.
Nice. Yeah, that could be worth $26 someday.
Yeah.
You play your cards right. You see what I did there?
Oh yeah.
So yeah, a bunch of trading card game announcements. There is a new Netflix show coming called Pokemon Concierge. It's a stop motion animation Pokemon show. Pokemon Unite is getting some new stuff. You played that, right?
Yeah. That's the one on Switch. Is it on anything else?
It's on
makes
mobile, I think. Yeah, it's on mobile and Switch. But yeah, it's like a mobile. I played that a little bit. It was a well-made game. I was meant to go back to it, and I just kind of forgot about it. Pokemon Cafe Remix got some DLC. This I wasn't familiar with. I don't know what it is, but...
So that one's like a bubble pop kind of game.
Mobile?
I could easily see it being mobile. I assume so because it uses a lot of mobile features on the Switch.
Dude, it looks like something that my wife would love. So I have to tell her about this. And then let's get to the good stuff. Pokemon Sleep.
This is not a joke. Thing from Pokemon for the longest time, I gotta say.
Dude, I read this and I was like, did April Fools come early? So this is you could play Pokemon while you're sleeping. That's crazy. So like so it's an app and it'll track your sleeping patterns and it'll show you your sleep styles of different monsters that you can encounter while you're sleeping. And then you could like somehow catch these Pokemon while you're sleeping. I don't know. It kind of plays into this next thing, the Pokemon Go Plus Plus. Yes, that's what it's called, the Pokemon Go Plus Plus. And what this is, it's like a device. It's a new little Pokeball looking gadget that you could use it when you're playing Pokemon Go, so you don't have to drain your battery life of your phone. You could throw Pokeballs with it and spin Pokestops, and it works with your Pokemon Sleep. You put it like underneath your pillow, it'll sing you lullabies, and it's really weird and creepy. But
Yeah. I mean, would you put this like device in your child's bed at night?
No.
Okay.
I'd put it in my bed, but I've put some pretty strange things in my bed before.
Devices of all sorts, I'm sure.
Well, yeah, it's in people. So yeah, it's that was the big thing, But sure, there was like some expansions announced for the new Pokemon games, Scarlet and Violet. But who cares about that when you've got a device that you could slip under your pillow that'll sing lullabies to you and catch sleeping Pokemon
in Pikachu's voice, so it's okay.
Exactly, but he does. Yeah, I don't know. Is that enjoyable? Do people want to hear that?
I don't know. I mean, it sings you lullabies and it gets friendlier with you the more you sleep with it.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like we're talking about Pokemon right now.
No, but it sounds interesting. I think one of us just need to get one just for the show.
Okay, yeah.
Just for the show. We'll
yes.
That's why I will get one. So yeah, that was Pokemon Day, and I'm sure everybody there was cake, probably, and lots of balls. All right, shall we move on? Should we? Can we talk about Pokemon more? No, I guess not. Let's move on.
Okay.
This one, I was a little bit more excited about this one than I was about Pokemon Day. So I'm just gonna say it like this because I'm cool. Rise, tarnished, and let us walk a new path together. Elden Ring expansion is in development. There was an official announcement. It's called the Shadow of the Erd Tree. Now I know you played Elden Ring. You didn't get very far.
Scratch the surface.
Yeah, you didn't get very far. So it's not for you, but it's coming. When you're ready for it. When you beat Elden Ring, it's gonna be there for you. Now I haven't even beat Elden Ring, so is it for me? I don't know, but it's exciting. They had a DLC, but that was just like kind of an update. It added a PvP arena game thing to Elden Ring. Now this is a single player game expansion. I don't know what it's going to add. They didn't give us any other information. No release date, no info about it, but it was an official announcement from Software, from Elden Ring, that it is coming, and it came just a few days after the 1-year anniversary of the release of Elden Ring, and which we recently saw that it sold over 20 million copies, which is pretty cool for a game like that. Like it's just like a role playing game. So
what is an Erd tree? Is that like
it's a big
the
tree
thing in the middle of the map or something?
Yeah, it grows Erds.
Gotcha. Only the best Erds.
Mm-hmm.
Erd's finest.
Yeah. Oh no, that's a typo. This was Nerd Tree. It's supposed to be a nerd tree. Just just me and you just hanging off this tree. But yeah, it's I'm sure we'll be talking about it more in the lead up to the release. But just to know that it's happening is all I needed. Get back in there. The best thing about these DLCs, even when I haven't finished the game, it's gonna get me to go back in and play the game prior to the release of this too. So and I do need a kick in the pants to get in there. All right, next up, everybody's favorite segment here on Gaming News Weekly, Subscription Minute. We still need to come up with a name for that. PlayStation Plus games for March have been announced. They're coming March 7th, getting Minecraft Dungeons, Code Vein, and Battlefield 2042. Just a meh for me, a meh month.
If I had it, I would definitely be trying out Minecraft Dungeons out of those.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure I probably will, because my kid, dude, he loves watching YouTube videos of Minecraft stuff, and we've tried it. No clue what I'm doing. No clue.
Oh, yeah.
Even on the creative mode, I don't know. Am I supposed to build stuff? What am I supposed to build? I end up just flying through the sky, and just that's about it. But this one is my kind of thing, because it's he could watch Minecraft, but it's kind of got a there's a point to it. It's not just roaming around and building stuff.
Yeah.
So I saw that one, and I do really want to try Battlefield 2042 just to see how bad it is.
I thought you were gonna say if it improved. But,
well, I've heard that it's gotten a little bit better. Now we played the beta, right? That was all. You and I both tapped out after that because it was not enjoyable.
Yeah, big hunk of pile of
But I have heard they've been updating it, and it's been getting better and better. So, I want to see exactly what that means. But whether or not I do it, that's another story altogether. And then, Code Vein is like a role-playing game, anime kind of aesthetic to it. So that looks good. But again, I have a list, longer than my arm of role-playing games that I would like to try. And they're only 50 hours each. Sure. Yeah, let me get all of those done. Especially when I'm addicted to Fortnite.
Yeah.
It's not
It's a hard
helping.
life for us gamers.
Yeah, definitely is not helping. But yeah, so a mad month, but I'll try them out. Report back. Like I said, March 7th is when those will be available for PlayStation Plus subscribers. All right, next up, Luminous Productions, the studio behind the recent game Forspoken, is merging with Square Enix. Remerging? They were a part of Square Enix. They branched off, and now they're going back into Square Enix. So is remerging? That's a
Sounds like it makes sense. Yeah.
I don't know if that's a word, but I
No.
like it.
So Forspoken was the game we talked about not too long ago. It didn't launch that long ago, but you played it. You played the demo before that,
Right.
and my take from your take was that it's like all the bones are there for something good. It just falls a little short.
That is absolutely correct. Yeah, it was very meh, just real basic. I thought the world was going to be really cool and the magic and stuff like that, but it was just didn't have any weight and everything just kind of just didn't feel right. So they are continuing to. There's a patch coming out that's supposed to fine tune Forspoken, and then a DLC. So both of those things are still coming out, and then after that, they will merge with Square Enix to just work on whatever Square Enix tells them to work on. Then, which is kind of a bummer. You think when you're this production company and you want to like go out and do your own thing, this was their big break. Forspoken was it. If things maybe went a little bit different, this news would probably be much different as well. So I just want to read a tweet from Luminous Productions. Say, you may have heard the news that Luminous Productions is merging with Square Enix. Beginning on May 1st, our talented team will join Square Enix to deliver new, innovative gaming experiences to players across the globe. Between now and then, we remain entirely focused on Forspoken. We are currently working on the previously announced patch to address overall game performance, and the DLC In Tanta We Trust is on track for release this summer. Thank you again for your patience and support. When we established Luminous Productions in 2018, our vision was to make AAA games that fuse technology and artistry to deliver completely new play experiences. Having the chance to do just that has been a dream come true. We appreciate you taking this journey with us and look forward to continuing to create new entertainment and experiences as a part of the Square Enix family. So, so I guess just like I said, it definitely it sounds like they really wanted to, just create what they wanted and do their thing, and they did that. Unfortunately, it wasn't up to the bar that they probably had hoped. So at least they're still working. They're still in the industry, hopefully making some sweet games with Square Enix.
Yep. Presumably Square Enix may have seen the potential in the game as well, and that's why they're not shut down, but just moved.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, they'll work on something else and make some more cool stuff. The long-awaited sequel to The Wolf Among Us will need to be a little more long-awaited. It has been delayed, and to 2024. I know you're saying, "Hey, we just got in 2023. What's going on?" They 2024. They came out with a they reached out to IGN and basically made the announcement through them through an article. Great article. If you have time to read it, if you care at all about Telltale games, it's a really great article. There's a few quotes I want to read in this, but before we do that, The Wolf Among Us. Did you ever play it?
No.
Did you like? I know you're not like those point and click adventure game type things.
I kind of avoid like the Telltale game series just in general.
I was always a big fan of them. We always talk about it. I like those style of games. The Wolf Among Us was amazing. It was based on a comic called Fables, and there's all these different characters from fairy tales in it. And this is about the big bad wolf, and he's like a detective, and it's just like it's this really adult story. Great game. If you ever do want to play one, I definitely recommend this one. So yeah, I was excited for the sequel when it was announced. So this goes with, it's a whole roller coaster. Telltale closed. They got bought by someone, reopened, announced right away that they're going to be making The Wolf Among Us. And then, COVID happened and all this stuff happened. And now the first Wolf Among Us came out in 2013. Now, it's going to be 11 years later. We'll have the sequel finally. But, some quotes from Jamie Ottley, the CEO of Telltale Games, said, "Making games is difficult, and they need time to be right. And it doesn't do any of us any good to ship something that's not ready." Says, "If we put this game out and it's not ready, we're going to get torn to shreds. The expectations are pretty high, and we want time to meet those, and we want to be proud of it and know that, hey, this is the best game we could have made. Let the world say what they will once it's done, but at least we know that in these times, in these conditions, this is the best game that we can make." And then he talks about crunch. He says, "I've done crunch and I don't want to do it again. It's not fair to ask it. You can't plan a business around it. So yeah, part of it is about maintaining a healthy work culture. We don't want to burn out our good people. It has been incredibly difficult to recruit the last 2 years between COVID and the labor markets and the growth in games industry. So certainly burning people out or grinding them down is the wrong thing to do long term. It's not how you build a business. And as an industry, we're terrible about it. We burn our people out. We burn our best people out faster. And as an industry, if we're going to continue to grow, we have to stop it. We just have to stop doing it and make better choices." Love this guy.
Yeah.
Just coming out and saying it, because that was an issue. So the previous iteration of Telltale Games, they got real popular real fast. They got the Walking Dead games, and then they started churning them out, and then the games started getting really, really janky. So like you could tell it was like the crunch and just the time and stuff like that. And he's saying, it's like, we can't let this happen again, basically. So I'm all for it. Like I said, it's been 10 years. What's one more year?
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, we hear so much about crunch in the industry, and crunching to get it out faster does not mean that you're going to get a good game out of the process. So slow down, take your time, put the best game out there possible, because we have so much to sift through. We need to find the diamonds in the rough.
Yeah, absolutely. And in the meantime, they do have a game coming out based on the Expanse books and TV show series. So that one looks really cool. It's like a very sci-fi game. So so they got something coming out, and then they did announce that they're working on a third game. So I don't know what it's like at that studio, but put out a good game. Don't break your people, and we'll see you in 2014, Telltale.
And the world will say what it will say. How optimistic did that seem to you, though?
I don't know. It could be read a couple different ways, I guess. Like if it's like, hey, we're gonna work on this, and but basically it's just saying that. I mean, we always use Cyberpunk as that standard. That came out, didn't work, and the world said what they needed to say. It was a joke. It was a laughing stock of the video game industry for a long time after that. This industry, man. This is we're talking. Everybody's talking.
Yep.
All right. And last week we talked about Blumhouse, the movie studio, making games. This week we're talking about them making movies. Right? It's exciting.
Blumhouse make a movie?
What?
You mean that game company's going to make a movie?
No. A different company. The movie company. They're making a Dead by Daylight movie. Now I'm hyped for this just because of all the pieces that are involved with this. So Jason Blum, the president of Blumhouse, and then James Wan, the guy, his studio is called Atomic Monster. James Wan is one of my favorite horror directors of all time. He did The Conjuring and Insidious, and he also did some of the Fast and the Furious movies. He's a great director.
Winning me over.
But at least I think he did. I'm pretty sure he did. But anyways, they're working on a Dead by Daylight movies. Something within that universe. Now I don't know what that means, because the game is not not really any story to the game. Have you ever played Dead by Daylight?
Yeah, it's the asymmetrical
Yeah. Where you have
get
to
out
fix,
of the place before you die.
Yeah, you have to fix generators and then escape the thing.
Yeah,
So,
with monsters.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know if it's going to be like that, if people got captured and they have to like fix generators to escape or what. But either way, I'm excited. Yeah, again, Blumhouse, James Wan together making games. Let me read you a couple quotes from these gentlemen. So Stephen Mulroney, he's the executive vice president at Behavior Interactive, the makers of Dead by Daylight. He says, "We couldn't be more thrilled to work with Jason Blum and James Wan, two giants of the horror film industry, to further expand the Dead by Daylight universe. At Behavior, our motto is to create unique moments together forever. Atomic Monster and Blumhouse are the ideal partners to craft Dead by Daylight's killer entrance onto the big screen." And then James Wan added, "In Dead by Daylight, the Behavior team has created a love letter to the world of horror, building an incredible environment teeming with atmosphere and terrifying villains, perfect for a scary cinematic adaptation. We're big fans of the game and are thrilled to be teaming up with Blumhouse to bring this frightening, visceral world to the big screen." And then last up, Mr. Bloom says, "We know there are so many fans of Dead by Daylight out there and think it's imperative we find someone who appreciates and loves the world as much as we do to help us bring the game to the big screen. And we know our partners at Behavior and Atomic Monster will do just that." So, yeah, exciting. As a fan of horror movies, a fan of Dead by Daylight, a fan of both of those guys, I'm all in.
Oh, that's gonna be cool.
28 or whenever this is going to happen, you know?
I mean, I hope it does work out, and I hope they maybe have some projects in the future, because I think Behavior Interactive is also making that Meet Your Maker, and I can't think of a better like heavy CG B movie premise than Meet Your Maker. Sort of like a Sucker Punch back in the day.
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool to see.
Yeah, Meet Your Maker. Which one is that? That's the one with the all the different like rooms, or like you got to build the rooms and go in and do the thing.
Set up your tower, attack other people's towers against the defense that they built.
Yes. Yeah, that would be dope. I like that game. I'm interested in that one too. So yeah, it's all happening, dude. It's all happening. All right, that's all I've got. You got anything else you want to add?
Nothing this week.
All right, we did it. Another week of sweet gaming news. I only got distracted by my dog like 30 times. That's what. And if you see me looking down or pausing when I'm talking, that's what I'm doing. I got a new dog and she's very crazy. So that just it happens. All right, my name is E-Rock the Red. This guy right here is Full Clip. You can find us on Fruit Lab, hosting our video game content. Go there, check it out. You can post your own clips there, earn pips, buy games. That's what I've been doing. If you don't want to do that, check us out on YouTube. I'm at Pop Culture Playground. Full Clip is at GameFAQs, GameFAX. He's also at Twitch. Don't tell me. Full Clip _FL. There
we go.
Doing his thing over there every once in a while. And then, you want to listen to the podcast version of it? Do it. Anywhere podcasts are found, check us out there. And then TikTok, we're grabbing our balls, our Pokeballs.
Oh yeah,
Pokemon.
Headed for the bedroom.
Exactly. I think I got everything. That's everything. All right, let's get out of here. Thanks so much. We'll see you guys next week.